Thanks a lot. It's a pleasure to be here. Uh, Very exciting. I know the timing is slightly challenging given the coronavirus, which some other countries are facing, including my own country, which has been gripped in the second wave. But I think this is very important. And one of the reasons why these conversations are very important is right now, if you look at cities contribute almost 70% of uh, GDP, but they're also contributing almost three-quarters of global greenhouse gases. And within that, transport is a quarter of the emission. And the striking feature is that transport is one sector that is riding probably at the fastest pace. And therefore, if we don't do something about transportation, I think it will be very difficult to address this whole issue of climate change. And I firmly believe the climate change battle will be won or lost in cities, and the transport will be one of the most important parameters that will decide the future course of action. But just to put some things in perspective, in 2010, the world became urban. We are now more urban than rural. And therefore, as countries and regions like Asia and Africa urbanize, we will see more and more urban population. And what is really interesting is the fact that we have to start looking at considering the nature of active transport and give its due share of importance. Just for example, India has almost 13% people using bicycles to commute, to work, almost 25% people walking to work. And that's the substantive amount of people who walk and cycle. And yet, if you look at the infrastructure is not really designed for them. We really don't give that much importance to active forms of transport like walking and cycle. And the result is you see so many road traffic deaths happening in our cities, and the bulk of the people who get killed are pedestrians and cyclists. We also look at the whole issue of air pollution, and some of the most polluted cities are the cities which have very poor public transport and not a very conducive atmosphere of walking and cycling. And therefore, what do we do? I think the COVID pandemic has given us a great opportunity, because this is one opportunity where we have seen many cities have seen a massive rise in cycling sales. Here in India, in my city in Delhi, you have to wait for a couple of months to get a decent bicycle. The bicycle sales have gone through. And the reason why people are choosing bicycle is that there's a fear of using shared form of transport. And so people are taking up cycling voluntarily. So what do we do? I think this opportunity is something that we have to seize. One, we have to retrofit our infrastructure for safe cycling. And that does not mean only creating dedicated bicycling lanes, but a lot of existing roads can be made conducive to cycling by some very tactical entrepreneurship. Second is also we have to rejuvenate our trails. Many cities also have trail network which are lying abandoned, they are not used at all. So rejuvenating trails is second. And third, I think we have to focus our investment. We have to focus our priorities in walking and cycling. Because believe me, walking and cycling is one which is by itself socially distanced. If we can create this momentum where we can push for walking and cycling and active transport, we will not only get healthy cities, but we will also get safe cities. It will be safe from pandemic, it will be safe from road safety, and it will be a livable city. So with these thoughts, I conclude my talk, but looking forward to some great discussion today.